The biggest difference is the career mode. You know, the career mode is a lot more elaborate, more in-depth. Not everything is based on time. You can explore the landscape and then decide if you want to do a challenge or not. You know, it's not just about meeting certain requirements. And you can develop the career, literally, you know, starting as a beginner almost, and working your way up, learning new skills, getting new equipment, stuff like that. Also, they've really taken advantage of the architecture of the new consoles, much more than number 3, because number 3 was the first time they really did anything for the, you know, GameCube, Xbox, PS2, and now they're more evolved with how they're using the architecture, so they're really taking advantage of it. Well, all the same writers last time, but Bob's back for this one, and then the secret characters are all hush-hush. I certainly hope not. You know, I feel like the games are improving. I don't feel like they're just being developed for the sake of tradition. You know, if they were like that, then it would just be basically be a new level package. And I feel like we're really exploring the sort of career aspect and the more reality-based skateboarding avenues. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying, okay, here's some new levels, here's some new goals, go to it. You know, this is more like interactive, and I think it's just more fun. I've always been into video games, and any video game that had to do with skating, I ate it up. You know, like I went out and bought a Commodore 64 just because Skate or Die was available for it, and you know, played 720 and even California games because there was a skateboarder in it. And so I've always been into video games, and it's not like I'm just it's not like I'm transitioning myself into just video games, but I still enjoy them, and I'm going to keep skating as long as I can, you know, and the video games are going to be fun to develop, but it's not like I'm going to just cross over and focus on that. No, I just, you know, my biggest hope for the game was that it would be something skaters enjoyed. You know, that skaters appreciated. They felt like it really reflected what they do. I had no idea it would ever cross over to another audience, but it's been fun. You know, it's raised the awareness of skateboarding much more than anyone could ever have anticipated. Yeah, I never felt like I had a real natural ability, so I think that it's just something I was determined to keep learning and keep improving on. And I was really skinny, and so I had a complex about that I had to overcome that. You know, I had to get the strength, and I kind of used my own technique to do that. But I don't know, I never really I felt like I was always into learning new tricks only, and that wasn't really a big thing when I started, where it was more about your style and your height as opposed to, you know, how you maneuver your board. But that's what I focused on, and that sort of came to be another style. Well, I have to say 900 just because it's something I tried for like 6 years before I finally made one. You know, and I had the idea even almost 10 years before that to do it, but I never had the guts to do it. You know, and then when I finally got the guts to spin it, I would try it sporadically, and I got hurt a couple times, and it was the only trick that I pursued for so long that I couldn't do. I want to do an Indy 9, which is, I've spun it a couple times and it scares the hell out of me. So I guess if I had a next big project, that would be it. But I got to make sure that I have plenty of time off. Well, from the last game, I really liked Brazil, Rio, because I got my highest score on that level ever. But I think I have a soft spot for Tokyo because I love Tokyo, and all the neon I thought looked really, really good, you know, on the new consoles. It's hard because when I really get into the game and then it gets released, we're on to the next one. You know what I mean? So I think I got like 2.5 mil on Brazil, you know, no cheats. And then we're on to 4, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then now we got these videos of this guy getting like 78 million. One trick. So I didn't have time to go that deep. I don't get hurt as often as people assume. You know, being a pro skater, I broke my elbow like 4 years ago, and that was my first official like broken bone. But I've had plenty of concussions, and you know, my shins take a beating all the time. So it's just part of it, though. You don't really, you know, getting hurt is not like. It's weird. I don't know. It's hard. It's a weird mental thing. Like getting hurt just makes you angry because maybe you can't skate for a little while, but it's not like you're sitting there dwelling on it or trying to get sympathy. I don't know. I think just, well, being able to just skate for a living, you know, that's been the biggest extravagance for me, because when I was growing up, there were times when it was really lean and I was trying to, you know, pursue other avenues just to make ends meet. Like I was doing video editing, or I was doing computer stuff just because I had to, you know, I had to pay rent. But I guess my personal sort of extravagance is watches. I have a big watch collection. Drives my wife crazy. Like all, you know, fancy jewelry watches.